All right, y'all, we are back in the shop for some more John Deere engine assembly progress.
Welcome to Flying Sparks Garage. I'm Emily, a professional model, actress, and gearhead.
And I'm Aaron, a diesel mechanic, pilot, and a lover of anything with an engine. The only thing we're experts at is doing our best.
He teaches me persistence.
And she teaches me patience. All these machines we love are catalysts for making memories.
And we are so happy you're here as we seek adventures and learn as we go. Pulling out the big guns,
Yeah.
aren't you?
That gasket is just really stuck on there. And so kept tearing up my razor blades. So I'm gonna use this little guy. If you're doing this on aluminum, be very, very careful. It will dig in. I'm just gonna turn it up.
Oh, that worked so well.
Mm-hmm.
And that machine has settings on it, which is nice.
Yeah. So.
Super low and super high speed. So new little die grinder from CP. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're putting airplane stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Aviation gasket maker.
Yeah, what I'm doing is I just want the gasket to stick to this. You know, I don't want to use silicone because it'll take too long to set up. This will get tacky pretty quick and I can stick that gasket to it.
We started working with Permatex midway through last year, and it is incredible how many products of theirs we use on a consistent basis.
Oh, we always have.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. That gasket surface looks really good.
Yeah. There was no other way to get it off. The razor blade was gouging the aluminum.
Yeah, I see little remnants on the block surface, but yeah. So this is aluminum and this is cast iron, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough life for this little creature. This is a big moment. Front cover is going back on. Got all your hardware over there?
Mm-hmm.
Just the right shimmy. And then all the internal timing junk that was important.
It's already done. Yeah. What I need to do though is I think this tachometer is holding it up.
Get creative, babe.
Mm-hmm. Still can't see though. Okay, I'm just gonna take this off.
He popped that off and then he said, got it.
It's a tachometer. So what I was trying to do is get that to line up by turning this little guy in here. But instead I just took it off and we'll just put it back on when it's lined up, facing the correct direction like that. But I'm gonna get these bolts in first.
Awesome.
It is somewhere. Oh, yeah. My parts washer broke after I got the front cover clean and the block clean. Parts washer broke, so my bolts are dirty. I don't know what happened.
That is so weird.
That's unfortunate. We'll have to get that looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know he's talking about me. But what he did make me remember is we have that awesome smart washer from CRC on the shelf. We need to get that back out because you can just soak stuff in there and scrub stuff down, and it's got the microbes that eat the grease, you know. We need to get that back out. But that's Aaron's kind of humor, you know. They're very dry. You won't even notice it if you don't pay attention kind of humor. I like it. Day in the shop, and it is pouring down rain outside. I drove Nana and her windshield leaks really bad, so I have parked her in the shop. We made room for her, and we are continuing progress on the John Deere.
So we're going to use our old pistons that we've got semi cleaned up, and some rods I got on eBay, because these had a lot of heat, you can see, and one of them obviously spun a bearing, the other one. So those are no good. So we're going to put overhauled ones, which means I've sprayed Brakleen on them.
This tool works pretty good for that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. No play in that. That's what you want. These pistons aren't great, but I had a really hard time finding pistons, so they're going to work. You like my custom built table?
Yeah, I mean, it works so good for
It's designed for pistons.
It's designed for pistons.
I built it.
Wow, babe.
See, and then when you got to knock the pin out, you just turn it to the side like that.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's like the curvature of the piston to hold it in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
But because it's plastic, it doesn't, you can't really hit on it.
Kind of absorbs the blow.
Mm-hmm. So you
But
check
it still
that out.
works. Ugh.
That's all aluminum, or whatever they're made out of.
Not good.
Goodbye.
Later. He's investigating how these rings install.
Yeah, so these rings do not come with instructions. We know that's the scraper ring, the oil ring. That's going to go on the bottom, right there. So I did a quick Google search and got an image of a ring, a piston with rings on it. And I have one with this, I don't know if you can see it, it's a little ledge right here, which is indicated right there. So that ledge goes down. So we know that's number 2. We'll go like that. And this top ring is uniform all the way around. So on theirs, there's a bevel right there. I don't have that, so this one can go either way. And there's, usually when you work on it, it'll say top, or there'll be a dot on it or something like that. These don't say anything, so we're gonna install them just like that. I've looked at this piston over and over, and best I can tell, it's not directional. There's no provision for your valves to hit, and I don't see any differences on the skirting. So I think this piston can go in that block 180, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put it in. The thing that we do have to be careful with is these numbers right here on the rod. I know that those go to the side that the camshaft is on. That's the way it was when I took it apart. So we'll be sure and get that back right. And she should be a runner. This pin's a little tighter than the last one. That's it. This moves freely. I like it. It's not loose. The rings are into place. We'll check those before we actually squeeze them and put them in. But I'm happy. If you're thinking my work environment's not clean enough, this old John Deere eats dirt for breakfast. No, not really. Try to keep things very clean, but you're gonna have a certain amount of dirt in there. It's impossible to prevent in a working shop. With a little oil on these cylinders. There are a lot of opinions about how to do this. What you use when you slide the piston in. This is the way I've always done it. That was a lot. And it's always worked. So that's what we're doing. Hey, remember me talking about these numbers? They go to this side of the engine. Get my hand in here so that this rod doesn't hit the crank. Almost oopsie. Still in place.
Beautiful. Ooh.
Number goes up, numbers up.
This Joker is coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! This is awesome.
Perfect. Got movement. I'm happy. Now we'll torque those and pistons are done. Yep.
Rotating assembly is done. Dang!
Would be nice if I could see something.
You need some light?
Mm-hmm.
Want a headlight? That thing ain't light.
Nope.
What? Get your headlight. Nope, not in there. Yep.
Try to look.
Oh. Tuh. Good job, babe. Dang. You're building a tractor engine.
Mm-hmm. It's about to flip off the table because it's too heavy on the back.
That'll work the arms out.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm. Just realized I forgot to take my rings off.
Uh-oh.
These professional mechanics, they changed a starter one time in 1970. Are gonna get on to me.
That's right. Does anybody else get incredibly distracted by their dog? Hmm. Got the proper amount of ugga-duggas there that the
Yeah.
instructions said?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that'll hold back 14 horsepower.
I bet so.
It's tight. Trust me. So when putting a clutch in, normally you've got a lineup tool that aligns the pilot with the little groove piece here. I didn't have that, so I just kind of eyeballed it. And so when we go to put this engine on, fingers crossed it's lined up enough to slide into place, but if we have to take it back out and adjust it, we will. But that's all I can do. I don't have a tool and I don't have time to wait on one to get here. Spider, go somewhere else.
We'll just cross our fingers.
Yep.
Got the little pump.
Mm-hmm. Little injection pump.
I might have gunked the holes up with paint.
Yeah, maybe so. One snug on the top.
Okay. I've got two in on my side. Finger snug.
I was trying to turn. See the tractor jump on neutral? Yeah. Yeah, it's working.
What are you looking at that's rotating?
Oh, the tires.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's trying to go places,
So
babe.
it's definitely in the groove. Clutch will need to be adjusted. I can hold it till it loose.
We got an engine bolted back up.
Yep.
I gotta say, this is probably a pretty big moment. You've been wearing this hat for like 6 months straight.
Mm-hmm.
People love this hat on you. Everybody loves Derek. Who doesn't love Derek? Vice Grip Garage is the best. But Aaron just bought himself a new hat.
No, I didn't.
What?
Somebody hacked my Amazon.
Somebody hacked my Amazon.
Yep.
And how did they know?
It's got a deer on the
What
inside.
the heck? That's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Show them the front.
Needs to be tighter.
Love the hat hair, babe. Wow.
Is it good?
It's real good. Oh my gosh. Dude.
Am I legit now?
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my
Sweet.
gosh, I love it, dude.
I do too. I can't see it, but.
So we had to go buy bolts for our oil pan because we couldn't find them. We didn't take the oil pan off of this engine, so somebody else did, and they kept the bolts for themselves. Just kidding. We're back in the shop again, y'all, and progress is happening on the little tractor engine. I'm gonna surprise somebody, and Dale. This is Dale Zavala, and y'all, you may not have seen his face because he really hasn't been on the channel, but he has been a huge part of this channel since the onset. In fact, he shot a bunch of the intro. He shot the outro that went slow-mo, that was like the funny moment of them, like they blew a fan on me and they were like, oh, be all serious and we'll do it a slow-mo. Like, Dale has had a piece of Flying Sparks Garage and in the shop with Emily since the onset. So he's here shooting, and we're doing a bunch of like pretty stuff in the shop. He shoots really amazing stuff. The dude, like, I met him years ago in the fashion industry, and we were both gearheads, so we always got along and talked cars. And I was like, dude, I want to start a YouTube channel. And he's like, you gonna have a show? I'm like, I don't know about a show, but like I want to make videos. He's like, that's a show. So he's like been around since the beginning, and he's an awesome fella, and actually is going to be editing for us some. So I'm hoping that we can make it worth his time, and he can like be our editor, where that's no longer my job. And yeah, so we're gonna be shooting a fun piece for his portfolio today in the shop, and he's shooting us work on the tractor engine, so I'll be showing y'all little pieces as we make progress, but wanted to introduce y'all to him. He actually has a YouTube channel as well. Tell them what your YouTube channel is.
DZ Media.
DZ Media. I'll put
Right
the yeah, probably right. Oh, you'll be putting it in there. You just put yourself a whole little reel right here. 3, 2, 1. See, I told you he's a rock star. Mm-hmm. All right, getting back to work. This is gonna make us look like such cool engine builders. You ready? Back in the shop, y'all. Yesterday was so much fun filming with Dale. I hope you guys get to see little pieces of stuff that he shot, because he's really talented, and we're so excited to be working with him again. It is time to get this rocker situation tightened down. Yesterday I started it in here, and I lubed up our push rods and got it all set in here, and it's ready to be tightened. And that's a pretty huge step because next the valve cover goes on and then, gosh, everything's just gonna start coming together really fast. I'm excited. There's our dude. Mr. Aaron himself.
There it goes. The valves
Oh,
are
wait.
going down.
This push rod's off.
Okay, all push tubes are in place. Rocker shaft is tight. So let's rotate it and see if we hear any funky noises. All valves going down. It's got compression. Valves going down. Come back up. Yep. Feels good. Those must be the exhaust valves because those have a lot of clearance. That one's too much. I gotta adjust that one.
How do you adjust these?
Right here.
Nut?
Yep.
Cool.
Loosen the lock nut, turn it down, put the feeler gauge under it. I gotta look in the book and see what it's supposed to be set at though. It was really hard to find, but I found a new gasket for the intake because the old one was bad. It's nice, huh?
It's really good. I love your gasket.
Emily missed the shot.
Yep.
She was on Instagram or
No,
Tick and Talk or
I
something.
was eating my cookie.
Oh.
I was eating my cookie, which I had placed right here under this heater. And y'all, it got so warm and toasty. And I was just like lost in eating my cookie. My healthy cookie. It's my healthy protein cookie and fiber. That's my excuse why I can eat a big, huge cookie today. But then I missed Aaron. And well, you're giving me a hard time about being on Instagram?
I'm waiting on you.
Okay, so he told me that I can install the water pump, and there's a little spacer like deal that goes between here, and I had not painted it. So I just painted it, and it's out here on Garfield's hood drying. It looks pretty good. Ish. Kind of not great, but it'll work. And we have new hoses, so that's exciting. So yeah. What are you even doing, Finley? What are you even doing?
So I made a mistake. I was over there digging through our bolts and I found two bolts that clearly went inside the engine. And so I sat down and thought about all the different systems on it. And I could only think of whether or not it went under the valve cover. So I pulled the valve cover off and sure enough, there's two bolts I left out. But now they're in.
We also got this installed. Ooh.
Yeah, it's got to be tightened. But it's in there.
Oh yeah, they're not tight yet. Oh my gosh. And that's for crankcase pressure
Yep,
or?
this is a blow-by tube.
Okay, blow by tube.
Mm-hmm.
Goes right there on the top of the valve cover. You know, this valve cover just looked too sparkly before we got greasy hands on it. Now it looks like a real tractor valve cover. Yeah, it's looking good. Tightening the nuts on the exhaust. Manifold. we got the belt on. It was hitting this right here, but we changed over to the old belt, which was smaller. And we repositioned our bracket here to this bolt instead of that one. And it may need to be changed. We're not sure. We're gonna kind of play that by ear, but we're moving on to the next thing, which is the fuel filter.
Got a new little housing thingy, and a new filter. Pop that right in there. Right in there.
Right in there.
This is so bright.
One cord in.
Nada.
Not showing on the stick at all yet.
No it was.
Well, y'all, it's time for the front end. We're gonna roll it in and get the battery on it and hit the key. Let's go get it. Wires going on the starter.
That's right.
And I just walked in with a battery. All right, battery going on with the go handle and all. We took a quick run to O'Reilly's earlier and we were like, what else do we need while we're here? And we couldn't think of anything. I'm sure we'll think of something as we continue to tinker, but all we grabbed was the battery. And we've got a little bit of plugging stuff in to do. And y'all, we're getting really close to hitting the key on this thing. Dang. Tight.
Right now.
Okay.
Okay. Got a starter.
Oh my gosh. So we've gotta like do the thing where we run it, get fuel up to the injectors.
Yeah, we got some fuel in it, and then prime the system, or bleed the system rather, on this rig.
Oh my god, dude.
And she's gonna chug it.
Let's go get diesel.
Let's get some. Where's that jug that I had that we were throwing on the fire?
Want me to do that? Oh yeah.
It's starting to pull
Let
it
me
down.
see your.
It's filling up.
It just stopped. I don't see any.
It's just taking a little while to get it up here.
Okay. Keep going.
Yeah. You guys have been around for a while. You've seen me do this. If not, this is how you get a diesel started when it runs out of fuel, or when you're building it for the first time. This is the injection line that comes into your injector. We got two of them because it's 2-cylinder. What we want to do is leave those loose. You want them most of the way in, but loose. Make sure it'll press some fuel out. So what we'll do now is we'll turn it over until we get fuel squirting out of here. That'll also allow us time to get the oil pressure up. And then as soon as fuel starts coming out, like enough of it's coming out, we'll tighten those down and it should fire off. We're gonna go through a few fuel filters because it's been sitting a long time.
Yeah, there's already some junk in there.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's funny, sometimes when I'm holding it on, it just.
that
She
thing.
was trying to start.
Oh yeah.
Okay, pull it back to.
Pull it back all the way.
Okay.
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 Now go forward till you hear a click. That should be idle.
Okay.
She's gonna knock off right here.
What?
Yep. It's about to pop off.
Okay, so do I turn it off or let it run?
No, let it run for a second.
Okay. Should I give it a little bit of?
Maybe a little more fuel.
Cause it's like I wanted to like make.
Yeah, just pump it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to hit the key? Is
No, I'll
that
do it.
something that's
No, I'll
fun?
do it.
Okay.
Okay.
It like sounds like it has a knock. Like,
It is a knock. But it's an injector knock. I mean,
okay.
it's just fuel knock.
Just a fuel
So-
knock.
So go ahead and spin it a little bit.
Like if I cranked up an LS engine and it sounded like that, I'd be like,
Well, you should turn it off if no less sounds like that.
yeah,
Fire it up.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get the air out.
Okay. She's a freaking runner.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Cool.
How
So I
awesome.
want to see if the clutch works real quick.
It sounds so funny.
It's 2 cylinders, yeah.
Oh my goodness. You look good on there, babe.
Let's get the radiator in and some water in it. I
Dang.
want to take it to McDonald's to get dinner.
Cooper. What are you doing? You gotta quit! guess he's going to McDonald's without me. Oh, he's gonna take the dish. She is, I guess he, because its name is Ralph. Ralph is so awesome. That was weird to get used to. I had it in low, and when I would give it gas, it wasn't really responding. And I was thinking I had my throttle in the wrong place or something. But it was because I had it in low, not high. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay, so we always just use high gear then, unless we're pulling something.
Yeah, if you're plowing, you want low gear.
When I gave it gas, it just wasn't responding. It would just rev.
It's just really low geared.
Finley, you're okay. This is so fun to use. Oh my gosh. I backed her in here. She looks really cool. I love our tractor. Our first tractor. It's awesome. Well, y'all, I think this is a wrap on the John Deere episode. Obviously, we are going to have many more episodes on it. The hydraulic system is not working. He had his power probe out and he was trying to figure out what was going on with it. Did you find anything at all yet?
Power probe, I was working on something else.
Oh, sorry. I saw you you were upset that the hydraulics weren't working and you got your power probe out.
Yeah, I was doing something else. Okay, so I think there's air in the system. Hopefully, because that pump on there is like a lot of money. I can rebuild it, but still it's quite a bit of money to get the O-rings. But it's working pretty darn good. So we'll get the hydraulics going, then we'll put the bucket on. I also kind of want to break the rings in before we put the bucket on, in case, we got to search down an oil leak or something like that. But it's cool. So I was shopping for tractors. I like John Deere. I grew up on John Deere's. $25,000 for one that size with a bucket on it. And I think we're about $2,200 into this. And if you're thinking you don't have the skills to do it, I bought a book online that was downloadable that was like $25, and I never looked at it. But if you guys are doing this and you want to save some money, you can get that book. You can do this work. It's not that big of a deal. So $2,200, we got a tractor that's worth probably $5 or $6 grand. So that's cool. Get out in the shop and do something.
That's right, y'all. We are so excited to have kicked this year off with a new tool and something that's meaningful. We named it Ralph after his grandfather because his grandfather loved John Deere's, and that's really special. So Ralph the tractor will be coming to more episodes in the future and obviously be working and helping us pull engines and move inoperable vehicles around the yard and stuff like that. So that's going to be awesome. We love y'all so much. If you enjoyed this episode and you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And if you're already subscribed, you know what? Check and be sure that you're still subscribed, because we've heard a lot of feedback that people said, hey, I thought I was subscribed, but I wasn't getting notifications. So hit the sub button, turn the bell on, comment, like, do all the things. It helps us in a massive way, and we love having you here. We'll see y'all soon. He couldn't stand it. It's the next day. We're back over here. He pulled the line, the hydraulic fluid line off of the pump and cranked up the tractor. And he's like, oh, it's pumping fluid, because it just started gushing everywhere. And now it's working. So there must have been an air bubble or something in the hydraulic fluid line. Awesome.
It works.
Dude, you got it to work.
Yeah. Just took the pressure line off and it bled all the air out.
Dude, that's freaking amazing. So will the bucket work now as well?
Yep.
in theory.
Now we gotta put the bucket on.
Dang.
Sweet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll go back to the outro.